Hey, Justin Abel here with STL Tones, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can make a complete signal chain trace and load in an individual model within it. So first things first, we're going to make a complete signal chain trace. We're going to trace my normal instrument bus hardware chain. It is a Wes Audio Dione into a pair of Clariphonics. I'm going to go ahead and just bypass both of them. And for this example, I am not going to do any THD, total harmonic distortion, on my Dione. So it's basically as clean as you can get. And I've already done an individual model trace of just the total harmonic distortion circuit of this on high. So we're going to be able to combine both of these and get something that is incredibly accurate to what the hardware is actually doing. So this is what my instrument bus sounds like without any hardware on. Here's with compression. And then here's with the Clariphonics. I'll pop it in while it's playing. So not subtle at all, but this is stuff that I mix into. So the entire time I'm mixing, these are sitting on my instrument bus, so I'm making all of my decisions based on this. So once again, let's grab the tracer tone and we're gonna run it through this hardware chain. Okay, so now that we've printed the tracer tone through the hardware, we can go into the tracer. We're going to click complete signal chain and import the file that we just printed. Okay, we have a good amount of headroom, so we're just gonna let the tracer do its thing. We're going to trace stereo because it's a stereo source. All right, and just like that, our trace is done. I went ahead and named it off screen so you didn't have to watch me type. Hardware mix bus with the dynamic section of the Wes Audio Dione with the Clariphonics as the master EQ. So let's go ahead and hear what this sounds like. Okay, so that's sounding great. So now this is where things get really cool because we can go into the color section and go to my tracer models, and I can pull up the Dione high THD setting that I have. So now I have a really good capture of harmonically what comes from the Dione loaded into a complete signal chain trace that's capturing the compression quality and the overall EQ curve. So this is what that sounds like. So yeah, that's really taking you somewhere. That's cool. So now let's go ahead and mess around with the drive and see what it sounds like, a little bit more overdriven or less. So that sounded great to me. Another really cool thing that you can do with this though, is when you start building up your individual model traces, you can start swapping things out just kind of creatively and again, really kind of build your own plug-in sound. So we can swap out for distortion mode 2 on a distressor. Okay, so that's something really cool because I've never heard that combination before, but I really, really like it. So this is what you would call a merged preset. So you have a complete signal chain trace with an individual model loaded into it. So you're combining two different kinds of traces to make something that's really customized and something that's really accurate. So to save this, we can go up to tracer presets and we can go ahead and click save, and I'll call this mix bus with dist2. So now I can recall this setting whenever. So this is another really cool use case for this because, like I said, my hardware is normally tied up on my instrument bus. I don't like to have my vocals going through all of the hardware with all of the instruments because my vocals start to interact with the instruments too much with the way that I like to set my compression. It just doesn't really work. But I really do like how vocals sound through this chain. So now I could park my hardware on my instrument bus just like normal, and I could move an instance of ControlHub over to my vocal bus like this. So now I have that exact same character on my vocal bus without having the vocals and the instruments interacting in the way that I don't really like. So let's go ahead and hear what that sounds like.
Finally turn down the wall you made between the heart that you kept when you left and you took back all the love you gave. But maybe I was meant to realize what happens when you're in between the lines, when loving someone else gets redefined. It's when you left and you took back all the finally turned down the wall you made between the heart that you kept when you left and you took back all the love you gave.
Yeah, I like that a lot, and I liked it a lot more when I switched over to the Dione's total harmonic distortion rather than the Distressor's distortion too. But like I've said before, ControlHub is like a Swiss Army knife, and with a couple of clicks, you can have the harmonic character of the plugin sound completely different, and it can really work across every different source. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any other questions about ControlHub, head over to stltones.com to learn more.